feel free to be frank. This is a safe place.
Being recorded, though. This is back to Wake County.
Tell me if you want me to turn it off.
Okay, well, let's see. Some pros and cons about what I do. I teach a lot. I teach anywhere from the information literacy component of freshman English to grad students and the information literacy component of their coursework. And when you're a freshman in college, the library component, especially 3 days or so worth of it, is not high on your list of priorities. It's a challenge sometimes to come up with ways to engage students. And there are times where you feel like you shouldn't have to engage them. This is college. Step up and take interest. But you constantly have to retain that perspective of they're 18 years old, they've just met a boy at state, and they care less about the paper that's due in 2 weeks. So that is one sort of con area of my job, working with students who libraries aren't their #1 place to be during the academic year. The good thing about my job personally is there aren't a whole lot of those students at Meredith. They're really great girls and guys. We do have co-ed grad programs. And that's one of the pros of my job, is working with students. This time of year is very, very crazy in my job because we're getting toward the end of the semester, and it's a naturally busy time of year for me. I have to do a lot of grading of assignments and a lot of end-of-year meetings and things like that. And it's also the time that lots of students are coming to make research appointments and popping into my office sort of spur of the moment saying, can you help me please right now? And usually that's met with, I have somebody else coming in 5 minutes, can we make an appointment? But working with students is fantastic, and that's my #1 pro, I'd say.
And I would have to agree, working with students, and I'm always just overwhelmed by how dedicated students here at Carolina are and how intelligent they are, and the type of projects that they're taking on is just, it'll just blow your mind sometimes. It's like, really, you're gonna work on that? It's so fascinating. The other big pro, and this is actually a pro and a con, I get to work with a lot of faculty that are really dedicated to quality education for every student here at Carolina. The con to that is it's a lot of time commitment, it's a lot of energy that you're committing to it, and you have to do that in order to make it successful. So when you're working with a faculty and they want to do something just phenomenal with their students, you are spending a lot of time, and it takes away from other things that you could possibly be doing. And trying to balance all of the demands that you have on you, and the demands with different committees and different things that you're doing in the library, it's hard to balance, especially in an organization that's as big as the libraries here at UNC. And Rebecca might be able to correct. Do we have, I think there's 250 people that work for the libraries?
Well, it's actually, depending on, we do full FTEs, you're starting to creep up closer to 300.
Yeah.
I mean, including the HSL, the convergence project that is taking place too.
Yeah.
So it's just, but it is, it's literally, it's a large unit, and we have tons and tons of committees. I always say, we're meeting happy here at Carolina.
Yes.
You know? Because if you're not in your office, you're in a meeting.
And that's definitely true. And it's great because a lot of really good stuff comes out of that, but it's a huge time commitment. Like I thought, oh, I'll be a librarian, I'll spend 40 hours a week working on these projects that I want to work on, and I spend half my time in meetings trying to get stuff done. So that's probably the biggest con, but it's a con that's also a pro. So.
for me, one of the pros to my job is the variety. I really like that. I don't know if I have a little ADD or what it is, but I really could be doing anything at any given moment. You know, every day is different. Every day I'm not, you know, beyond opening the library, which is very predictable. I have my little routine. You know, you come in, you put down your stuff, you go turn on the computer. There's a little routine, and then after that, all hell breaks loose. And I might actually get to sit in my office all day, although that probably means hell has broken loose. But it could be anything. And that actually could be a con as well. I mean, not in my library, but if you want one of the funny public library stories, there was a library in Wake County that recently had a completely naked man in the men's bathroom. And you know, little things like that happen when you work with the public. Fortunately, it didn't happen at my library. I got to laugh about it instead. So there are, you know, challenges that come up. We've had belligerent patrons. You know, you really meet all types, but then you get a little kid who comes in and thanks you for introducing him to a new book, and you cry like a dodo because, you know, it's now opened up this whole, you know, he didn't like to read before or whatever, and that stuff really happens. They don't make that up and just tell you that in library school to get you to, you know, consider librarianship. It really actually happens, and we actually just had a very sad moment on our staff. One of our librarians passed away, and she's been in the library system. You work for her too. She's an amazing human being, and the community comes in and, you know, cries at the reference desk because this librarian passed away. And I don't know, I hope that people come cry at the reference desk when I pass away. It's really nice, you know, that how she's changed our lives. She's connected with our community, and so if you have that sense of community and that, you know, willingness to sort of make the world a better place, a library is actually a good place to do that. So I also enjoy working with people and helping people, even on a very basic level. And it's also kind of just fun, you know. You'll get the reference question. Do you have that original Shakespeare play?